Hi everyone, this is Stirp, and today's video is part of my October author lineup. All month long, I'll be reading short stories by different horror writers. Check out my YouTube channel because I've already published some of these videos. I hope you're having a great October so far. I hope that you are watching and reading things that are making you extremely scared and afraid. I got done reading Remains by Andrew Cole and did a video review on that with Laurel Hightower. And that book was outstanding. So I give that 5 stars. Check out the video on my YouTube channel, and you should absolutely read that. It is extremely eerie, scary, dark, sad, depressing, just all in one. All right, with that, I'm just gonna jump right into the short story. I'm gonna read the author bio to you, and I will absolutely link the author's website and different social media handles in the description below, so be sure to check that out. Today's short story is by Tim Chizmar. Tim Chizmar is a best-selling writer and award-winning speaker whose books include Soul Trader and Modern Madness. His work can be read in the Bram Stoker-winning It's Alive from a Crystal Lake Press, in which he collaborated on a chapter with horror icon Clive Barker. Since graduating from Edinburgh University with his BA in Communications and his Master's in Demonology from Miskatonic University, Tim Chizmar has written for magazines such as Fangoria, First Comic News, and sold many short stories and screenplays in Hollywood. He is the co-chair to the Horror Writers Association Las Vegas chapter, and he signed a celebrated 3-book deal in 2014. Horror legend Clive Barker has said, quote, "Tim Chizmar reaches past the conventions of the commonplace and holds nothing back." Aside from the darker topics, his credits to date include ABC, Fox, Showtime, Playboy, NBC, CMT, the Hallmark Channel, and many more. As a headlining comedian, he has worked with Jeff Foxworthy, John Lovitz, Daniel Tosh, Dana Carvey, Kevin Smith, and more. When he's not inspiring fellow writers by being on various Comic-Con panels or speaking at inspirational success events, he's constantly working on his next project, because there's always a next project. And with that, here's Farkelberry Forrest Cemetery by Tim Chizmar. In Farkelberry Forrest Cemetery, roughly 6 feet under the earth and dry rot, something unpleasant began to occur. A corpse, mostly rotted away and forgotten, lost to the ticking hands of time, began to stir. The corpse, still with pieces of a fine suit holding its innards together, opened its dead eyes, looked straight ahead, and saw nothing but pure pitch blackness everywhere. Fearing he was going blind, he began to panic before remembering where he was. He grumbled. Memories of another life came flooding back. He tasted death all around. He was in a coffin. Ironically, he had picked it out himself. He'd always wondered what death tasted like, and now he knew. The taste of death reminded him of cinnamon mixed with vomit. Yes, definitely an unpleasant regurgitation of cinnamon flooded what was left of his throat. He coughed up bits of mold and dust. His name had been Henry once. If his plans had been carried out properly, there was a tombstone somewhere high above that listed him as a devoted father, husband. He was alive, but also dead. This was some unfortunate news. While coming to life, his bony fingers reminded him of Rice Krispies as they snapped, crackled, and popped. He reached out and scratched around. Farkelberry Forrest Cemetery. Funny how people change from a person to just a body. He touched the smoothness of the top of the casket. In frustration, he kicked as hard as he could. Unfortunately, he just didn't have power in his weakened, dilapidated state. How long have I been under here? Am I supposed to be alone in here forever? I'll go crazy. Henry heard a noise. He wasn't alone. There it was again. Something small was climbing up his pants. He twisted and kicked until his mysterious intruder settled on his chest. Something poked up between the buttons on his dress shirt. In the darkness, he could feel it looking at him. It was too small to be a rat, but much larger than a roach. Without much choice, Henry waited. "Well, Doodles, you gonna say hi?" a tiny voice said. How could that be? He was alone. Surely he was mistaken, or perhaps he had gone completely insane? Relax, Doodles. You is as sane as the day is long. Oh, yeah. You's dead all right, Doodly, but I think you's all there, and even if you was crazy like old B.G. Stickums and the plot behind yours, I'd still like you, 'cause you're my buddy. I decided that I'm not gonna leave your side all night long. All night? Henry thought. What's so special about this night? What's going on? Doodles, come on. It's Halloween, you silly stupids. It's time for the dad to walk the earth, and with you beings all locked in here, I thought I'd say hi. It's not time for the dad to walk the earth. Did you have kids? Yes. Did you kick the bucket? Apparently. Then looks like the dad shall walk the earth. I'm a pretty smart worm. Henry tried to scream with all his might, yet when he tried, his jaw fell to the side with a creak and a thud. He tried to hold on to whatever reason he had left. You are not a worm because worms do not talk. Golly, mister, you sure are smart. Say, you learn in people school that dead bodies wake up on Halloweener? Or is that like the worms not talking thing? I'd rather not hear from you. Leave me be. All alone to rob by yourself? Not a chance, Doodles. I brought you the gift of stories. Henry felt the presence of a book being pulled on his belly. Stories? Are they good? Henry remembered reading his favorite stories to his children as they were growing up. They're the best, and they is all written by the Horror Writers Association, so you know they's good stuff. Henry gave in to the moment and his predicament and to this charming little creature. That sounds good, he thought. As long as I'm in here, I might as well be entertained by a cute little whimsical talking worm. My grandkids would probably find you cute. Oh, I don't know about that, Doodles. Remember when I said I was a talking worm? Yes, I'm a tapeworm, and I'm here because your organs are now working again. As I'm reading you these stories, I'm going to be feeding off your meat. Doodles, you taste so good. No. As the pages of the book opened and the worm read passages out loud, Henry felt the full length of this flat worm burrowing deep in his split stomach lining. They say that to this day on Halloween, visitors standing over the grave of Henry Doodle can still hear the reading of macabre, holiday-inspired tales mixed with a sucking sound and a very weak attempt to scream. I love when horror stories also include comedy. And just like we read in the author bio, Tim Chizmar, he kind of has the best of all these worlds, right? He's a horror writer. He's worked with Clive Barker. He also, I believe he's doing like a comedy tour or show right now this month. I think I saw that on his social media networks. Be sure to follow him. He is always doing awesome things. He always does have projects going on. I will link his website and his social media networks in the description below. Be sure to check that out. Thank you so much, Tim Chizmar. Absolutely thank you for being part of this October author lineup. Thanks for sharing your stories with the world. I love the Snap, Crackle, Pop reference. And I absolutely love the Horror Writers Association reference. Thank you so much for tuning in, folks, and stay tuned because there are still more short stories that are coming your way this month. Have a great October, and I'll see you all soon. Bye!